Hello and welcome to Real Hi-Fi Help. In this video I'm going to be reviewing the Marten Design Bird 1 speakers that got released around 15 years ago. Okay, and here we are. That's how they look, and these are the notes that I made. Bass, really good. Treble, just some of the best treble I've ever heard. And getting a diamond treble to sound that good, I don't really know how they did that. Just so intense, so much air, especially guitar strings and stuff like that. It just gets stuck on your mind. It's almost like a narcotic listening to this the speaker. It just blows your mind. Mid-range, very good. Dynamics, also very good. Detail, yeah, just so much detail. So hi-fi, so dry. Again, with the intensity and resolution just off the scale, crazy. I've never heard a speaker being this so resolved and still so stable. Clarity, yeah, awesome. Soundstage, yeah. Naturality, yeah, it could be a bit better, but that's one of the trade-offs of having such an extreme detail. Power control, yeah, you don't really feel any lack there. It can, of course, get better once you get into the Coltrane and the other bigger models. You feel that gets substantially better. Compatibility, no, that is one of the drawbacks with the speaker, because it has the extreme detail that comes at a price, so that's just how it works. So features, yeah, it's a speaker, so can't really do anything there. Pride of ownership, yeah, it's up there. I mean, when you have it in your living room and you own it, and especially in piano black, it actually is a very beautiful speaker, very beautiful, even though it's a bit aggressive in look. So conclusion is that it has an extreme detail. I mean, this is a detail monster. I've almost not heard any speakers in the world being so extreme. All the small bits and details, guitar picking especially, and especially the effects of the sound are really highlighted in a good way. Not many speakers can do that. It's very dry and crisp. I mean that in a good way. Resolution and intensity is really, really scary. Try listening to Muddy Waters, My Home is Delta, and it actually sounds as if he's standing just at the edge of your door, knocking on the door, and he's going to kick your ass with an extension cord, you know? It really sounds like that, you know? It's really intense, and I really miss that with a lot of speakers nowadays, because a lot of speakers nowadays, they get into detail by parking the sound in a safe zone, and Marten Design, especially with this Bird 1 speaker, they did not stay in the safe zone. I mean, it's really scary sometimes, and I like that. It's linear and square, the sound wave that comes out. So some people will not like that, but I find it extremely mesmerizing and almost hypnotic. There's absolutely no bloat or added warmth. There's no lag. It's just very new, very fresh, very edgy, and has that sexy kind of sound. Negative sides, yeah, it can sound easily bright if you have some low quality gear, and if you don't do anything about your cabling, and if you don't do anything about your power, and you just have the speaker standing there in the room without any side walls or back walls relatively close to it, it's going to sound bright and hard to listen to. It is pretty natural. I was surprised. It is pretty natural, especially when you get into the good gear and the good pairings and all that. You just have to take a bit of time and invest a little bit of money into the rest of the setup, because it is going to reveal all the good and the bad stuff. It's really ridiculous. But still, that's one of the negative points of the speaker. You're not gonna get the Verity Sarastro natural sound, or the top Peak Consult natural sound, or the very most natural sound in the world, which I think is Audio Note. So it still sounds a hell of a lot more natural than most speakers out there for 2, 3, 4 times the price. They are a bit heavy to drive, but yeah, that's just how they're built. And they don't have the lowest bottom end. In order to get that, you need to get the Coltrane model and the models above that. So you can understand that in a way. I do suggest having a set of speakers like this in a room that is about 22, 25, maybe 30 square meters. That would be perfect. Or maybe even 35 square meters. I think that would be perfect for these speakers. And I highly suggest that you don't put them in a room that has a lot of bad acoustics going on. I'm talking about windows, glass furniture, stuff like that. If you've got a very active wooden floor, you might want to put a carpet down. You have to find out what works best for you. But yeah, it's also just really difficult to get a hold of. I don't know if it's 12, 15 years old or how old it is, but it's just very difficult to get a hold of. And I kind of regret not buying it at the time. I had the opportunity to buy a set, what was it, like 7 years ago? And I kind of regret that. Right now, I do have a set of speakers, the Audio Note SPE HE Model E line. They are mostly better than this speaker, but there is a certain type of, what do you call that, intensity and resolution and just some small bits of the sound that I do not have with my speakers, that I wished I had with this. But that's how it is. I would say that this is basically it, This is what almost feels as the best possible sound with the newest technology. And the treble in the Bird version 1 is, for me, a lot better than the Bird version 2, the newer one. I think personally that Marten Design made the mistake by making it too good so that people wouldn't buy the bigger Coltrane model. That's my opinion, but I think that's why the Bird 2 is quite a bit toned down and controlled in sound. It's not. I don't think it goes as deep into the treble area. I don't think it's as cool and evolved sounding as the Bird one. I could be wrong, but that's how I feel, and some of my friends also feel. So you have to test that for yourself. But if you want like the taste of the very best speakers in the world, the Verities, the Peak Consult, the Rockports, the Karma Audio, and even the Audio Note speakers. If you want to taste that sound, it starts here with the Bird one for about 1/10 of the price new, and buying it used, you can probably get it for, I'm just throwing a number out there, I don't know, $10,000 new, used, of course. Yeah, I'm guessing around $10,000. It's just ridiculous. I mean, it really feels like you've got a speaker costing about $1 million. I mean, I've heard Wilson Audio speakers, Macintosh speakers, not be able to play this kind of level of music. It's the way it integrates and the intensity. It doesn't have that nice way of negotiating the sound. There's absolutely no negotiation. It's just immediate. It's dry, it's crisp, it's like the newest, freshest, most impressive, sexy, hypnotic sound. It's difficult to describe, but yeah, I mean, I tried it with Ear, YBA, Jadis, Audio Note, and especially spectral gear. I tried it with a lot of spectral gear, and it sounds ridiculous. Generally, Marten Design with their medium to upper range speakers, they're almost built for spectral audio gear. And spectral, in my opinion, is the best transistor gear on the market, especially with ceramic driver technology coming from Marten Design, who I think are the best ones on the market making ceramic driver sound. I don't like Avalon so much, and I can't remember. There were also some other brands, I can't remember what they were called, but there's some horrible brands that used Aquatone drivers, and they just sounded so artificial, plasticky, and just like, don't want to listen to that, you know. They were just boring, and this is just the complete opposite, you know. It has a very special way of conveying sound. So yeah, that was what I had to offer my review on the Marten Design Bird 1 speakers. And guys, if you come across a set of speakers like this, don't even try and ask if you can listen to them. I mean, just almost buy them without hearing them. Of course, you should hear before you buy, but I mean, these are really rare. You almost can't get a hold of these speakers. They are a true gem. So yeah, that was all for today, and remember to subscribe.